Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a story that is honestly the absolute perfect map of the classic hero's journey. We are going to track exactly how a young lion prince navigates devastating tragedy, exile, and some serious self-doubt to finally reclaim his destiny and his rightful place on the throne. So let's just jump right in.
But before we get into the nitty-gritty, we really have to ask ourselves a pretty massive question. What does it truly take to reclaim your destiny? I mean, what does it actually require of us to face down a painful past, unlearn all our fears, and step fully into our true potential? Keep that in the back of your mind as we walk through this journey together.
All right, Chapter 1, Destiny and the Pride Lands.
So, born to King Mufasa and Queen Sarabi, Simba is literally destined to rule. But Mufasa passes down this absolutely crucial core philosophy to his son, the circle of life. It's this natural order connecting all living things. He's showing him that being a king, it isn't just about throwing your weight around or wielding power. It's about respecting a very delicate, interconnected balance. He's teaching him that a true leader has to protect this natural order, not exploit it.
And because of that, Simba's early life acts as this amazing training ground. His lessons come from just, exploring the savanna and going on adventures with his best friend Nala. Through all these childhood experiences, he's actively picking up foundational lessons about responsibility. He's developing courage and figuring out what leadership actually looks like. But, as we all know, with any great story, this idyllic childhood is about to be completely shattered.
Which brings us to Chapter 2, Scar's Betrayal and Tragedy. We transition straight from the bright savanna into a really dark abyss, and it's entirely driven by the intense jealousy of Mufasa's younger brother, Scar. Scar orchestrates this ruthless, systematic plot to seize power. It starts with his deep-seated jealousy over Simba being the future king, right? Then it escalates to a deadly wildebeest stampede, a literal trap designed to wipe out both Mufasa and Simba. And Mufasa tragically dies saving his son. But then comes the ultimate psychological blow. Scar actually convinces a fearful, grieving little Simba that he is the one directly responsible for his father's death. It is brutal.
Moving into Section 3, Exile and Hakuna Matata.
So completely overwhelmed by this manufactured guilt, the young prince just flees. He runs away into the deep jungle. And there, his reality completely shifts. He bumps into this highly entertaining meerkat and warthog duo, Timon and Pumbaa, who introduce him to a magical little phrase, Hakuna Matata. It means no worries. And for Simba, this is way more than just a catchy tune. It becomes a powerful coping mechanism. He completely adopts this motto so he can temporarily bury his painful past and the massive weight of guilt he's carrying. In this brand new, super carefree environment, Simba physically grows into adulthood. Under their guidance, he's safely isolated from his traumatic history. He effectively hits pause on his past. But at the same time, it's not all bad. He's actually discovering new, really valuable aspects of friendship, love, and self-discovery that he probably never would have learned back home in the Pride Lands.
Now we hit Section 4, Awakening and Facing the Past.
Because let's face it, a hero cannot hide forever. When his childhood friend Nala unexpectedly stumbles upon him in the jungle and just begs for his help to save the now ruined Pride Lands, Simba faces this profound internal conflict. On one side, he has Mufasa's circle of life, this philosophy of duty, interconnectedness, and taking real responsibility for the world around you. On the other side, Hakuna Matata, the easy, consequence-free lifestyle of pure escapism where you just ignore your problems. Simba is completely, utterly torn between the teachings of his father and the comfortable safety he's found in hiding.
And it isn't just one single thing that pushes him back. It's a buildup. It starts with Nala's urgent plea, sure, but then he gets some much-needed spiritual and, let's be honest, physical guidance from the wise baboon, Rafiki. Ultimately, the whole thing culminates in this deep inspiration drawn directly from Mufasa's enduring memory. Through these catalysts, Simba finally finds the courage to look at his past instead of running away from it.
Which leads us into Section 5, Reclaiming the Throne.
Embracing his true identity, Simba makes the ultimate choice. If we trace his whole journey, we've gone all the way from his birth as the destined heir, through the total tragedy of his childhood exile, right into his adulthood awakening. And that brings us exactly to the present day. He is leaving the safety of the jungle to actively return to the Pride Lands. And what a climax it is, right? Simba returns to this absolutely ruined kingdom and directly confronts Scar in a final epic battle. Overcoming years of lies and the fear that had been holding him back, Simba defeats his uncle. By doing this, he reclaims his rightful place as king and, most importantly, he restores that desperately needed balance to the Pride Lands. He officially completes the circle of life that his father taught him about all those years ago.
Finally, Section 6, Lessons from the Journey.
Simba's path to the throne demonstrates some incredibly profound real-world themes. We see the heavy weight of embracing responsibility and destiny. I mean, it is so easy for any of us to want to just run away from our problems and hide under a banner of no worries. But this story shows the absolute necessity of facing your past head-on. True redemption and leadership require us to actually learn from our mistakes, and it highlights the immense, completely irreplaceable value of mentorship, friendship, and family bonds. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Looking at this incredible journey of reclaiming a throne, ask yourself, how do you confront your own past to step up to your responsibilities? What fears do you need to unlearn to reclaim your own destiny and impact the world around you? Think on that for a bit. Thanks so much for exploring this amazing story with me today.